Greetings there, my fellow mountain climbers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, Episode 8, Mountaineering for Ice. Oh, there's more red clay and a trader that I've never made contact with. Stretch. You are a commodities merchant. So you are buying beeswax, resin, blasting powder, feathers, bismuth, fire clay. I can sell you cracked... Wait, I can sell cracked vessels? How do I even sell cracked vessels? But let's mark it down. Trader. Commodities. And keep moving. So there's a lot of vertical rock faces. We'll try to find one that is not so rough to climb. That Donovan, thank you for the resub too. Oh, the malefactor sells cracked vessels? Good to know. Alright, it looks a bit easier to ascend around here. This looks ascendable. Obviously going like straight vertical cliff won't be. I also don't see any ore exposed. 1 second. Yeah, I don't see any ore exposed on the rock face. Vertical rock faces like this is sometimes a really good and easy way to find you know, tin or iron or something like that, because of the upheaval, it can expose nodes. I probably won't do... Oh, I did not see that puddle. Probably won't do too much pro picking on this mountain, because even if there is, like, densities in this mountain, mining, having to climb up to mine a mountain is pretty brutal to do it every time. Plus, it's all gravel, so it could, there could be like an avalanche, and that would suck. So I am trying to billy goat my way up. Down's gonna be a lot easier. I'll have to be safe about vertical falls, but I also brought a shovel, so that if I need to dig some dirt out to help ascending, I can. Yeah, you don't want a gravalanche. Exactly. Gravalanches hurt. Plus, they can send you flying to your death. Whoa. Almost didn't hug that close enough. We're getting pretty close. So the ambient temperature is -9, and it's going to keep dropping as we go up, up, up. I do have my secret weapon. So my body temperature right now is 37 Celsius. That's fine. It will probably drop as we get up here, though. And we're almost at the glacial ice elevation, I think. Oh, there goes visibility. Let's hope there's no polar bears up here. I suspect there wouldn't be, but you never know. Ah, here we are. Here's glacier ice. Easy to do. Just punch. Receive ice. The only thing you have to worry about is sometimes the snow will cascade and like give you a good shove, and you don't want to fall off the mountain. So it seems like there's multiple peaks on this mountain, and I'll probably want more glacier ice than what this peak has. This peak will probably have, I don't know, 40, 50 glacier ice, it looks like. Maybe I'll put my glacier ice here so I can count it. Technically, I only need 41 for the greenhouse, but while I'm here, I might as well get more than 41. Plus, I did design the greenhouse to incorporate windows, and I'm going to want extra glacier ice for the windows. And then there's also a bit of a benefit for your own living space to have 50% or greater windows, because it will make it warmer in the room that you live in so that you don't become hypothermic in the winter. So even though you shouldn't store food in a greenhouse, because greenhouses are warmer than ambient, for food you should put them in a cellar, a food cellar, a root cellar. But the room where I do work in and things like that could benefit from being technically a greenhouse as well, so that it's 5 degrees warmer in the room I'm in than the ambient temp. Yeah, you can see the snow here. I'm trying to avoid its path of collapse. My body temperature is 36 and dropping. Copy that. We already have 1 stack of ice. Probably 2 stacks of ice will do for now. 128 ice or thereabouts. I don't want to be up here for too long because it's very cold. Anything craftable with snow? Snowballs, stuff like that. Nothing interesting. Plus, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, snow will melt in warmer temps. Not that I'm going to have warmer temperatures in this series for a long time. Whereas glacier ice does not melt, not even in the summers. It's magic. Forever frozen ice. Lake ice will melt. Glacier ice does not. So, you also can't, like, get lake ice like you can glacier ice. So getting lake ice is not a solution for greenhouses. Yeah, you can make snowballs to throw them, to have snowball fights. They are not weapons, they're just playful. I demonstrate, but now's not the time for that. There'll be plenty of snow in this series when I don't have the urgency of food scarcity looming. Okay, so we have about a stack and a half. This stuff's really easy to excavate, so I'm gonna finish excavating this section and then head home. Alex, thank you for the resub too. I'm starting to shiver. Right, let's get 3 stacks. I know I'm like missing a whole lot of the ice is spilling out and I'm not scooping it. Doesn't need to be perfect. I don't need to collect each and every one. Okay, so we have a stack and a half. I'm gonna warm up and then head back. I'm gonna warm up by burning a bush. Oops. Set myself on fire. Didn't mean to do that. Well, I'm warm now. Oh, we got mountain goats up here. Ooh, that looks pretty vertical. There's also a mountain goat here. Don't ram me. I won't hit you if you don't hit me. Truce? Ooh, good, a waterfall. That will help. Waterfall, nature's elevators. Or fire poles. Whee! And we're done. Got a whole bunch of glacier ice. So rye is the best grain for cold hardiness to grow because it has the lowest temperature tolerance. And we just found some of it. I haven't been collecting it up until now. All right, let's get rid of this. X marks the spot and start heading home. Pretty straightforward, not too eventful. This series has a lot more wild flax than the last one? Yes. I am flush with flax. Got flax for days. Wild plants in general? Yeah. Copper was a little slim, but wild plants were plenty. And given that this series has a food scarcity challenge, I'll take wild plants over copper every day. I don't like running through forests like that because it's very easy to just like oops your way into a wolf. And that is a mistake that you can't undo easily. Xavier, thank you for the resub. Oh, there's a rooster. Just correcting some of the animal markers I've put down. When I put down the pig marker, I didn't label it because I was being slightly chased. Alright, body temperature is okay. I'll warm up a little bit more. Fire does spread, but like, not much. As you can see, that fire literally didn't spread at all. So I burned up like 1 unit of grass, raised my body temperature a half a degree or whatever, so I don't start shivering. But it doesn't have any like... Starting a true raging forest fire is pretty rare in this game. The game's designed to prevent that. So, as long as you have a lit torch, you can warm up pretty easily by just... what is that a wolf? Yeah, that's not good. Let's go south. And mark it down that I spotted a wolf. Interesting cave system here. It's like open and broken, craggy. Black coal. That's really nice. I love anthracite. Burns hotter than lignite, so it makes for higher temperature fuels. One or the other, it doesn't really matter, but having access to either. I didn't actually physically pick it up so that I can re-find it in the future. Alright, there's a lake here. I need to go east and then south. For the little tentacles. Thank you for the resub too. Oh, frickin' boar. Don't touch me! Swear to God, if I had more spears, I would end you. So in, maybe not this update, but one of the recent updates, they changed animal swim speed. So by default, animals swim a lot faster. Ah, another boar. I'm definitely coming back here with a bunch of spears, and I'm going to eat pork at some point. But they changed it so that animals swim a lot faster. Meaning, it used to be that you could just, anytime an animal was chasing you, you could hop in the water and outswim them, because you swim faster than every other animal, more or less. And now that is no longer true. Animals swim pretty good, so it is not a viable strategy just to swim and stab with a spear. That won't end well for the survivor. All right. Body temperature looks good. The ambient temperature actually right now is quite nice. It's 7 degrees Celsius. T-shirt weather for cryophiles like myself. And here we go. Let's get glazing. So this is so that I can sort of see into the farm to see how things are growing. Wow. Looking not my strong suit today. And then it will take a minute for the greenhouse to register as a greenhouse. But inevitably it will. And once it does, there will be a 5 degrees Celsius bonus applied to the room. It doesn't happen immediately because it... Oh, there we go. Plus 5 Celsius from greenhouse. So, greenhouse is good. We are greenhousing. Alright, the next goal that I have for myself is build a second greenhouse. Because I don't think one is going to be enough food, to be honest. Essentially what's going to happen is we have a very short growing season. And because of the much shortened growing season, I need to grow a winter's worth of food as soon as I am able. So, one greenhouse is not likely to cut it. One of the other reasons I got so much ice, more than what I would need for 2 greenhouses, is knowing where the enemies are goes a long way into avoiding the enemies. So it's pretty terrible visibility, as you can see. Like, it's not... Glacier ice is not easily visible, but like... Or transparent. It's not... It's pretty opaque. Translucent, I should call it. But it's certainly better than nothing. So... Perk! Cuss, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Call you Cuss? Well, Cuss, thank you for the raid. You were also playing Vintage Story? Tell me about your series, and for you Raiders, I am just a few hours into this series, and part of the challenge was I started in November, so I am sort of frantically trying to prepare farms to grow as much as I can with the encroaching winter. So the ambient temperatures are dropping, and the growing season is short, days are short, and I do have some copper tools, but we're basically just barely out of the Copper Age, or out of the Stone Age. I wonder if it's too windy for torches. Oh, I should probably collect these at some point. So I'm building a second greenhouse so that we can grow, what would it be, 76 more crops or something? Seems like my my mold's finished in the kiln. More packed dirt. So it's going to be identical to this one. So we have 4 and then a door. So 1, 2, 3, 4, door. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the rough dimensions. Wind's kind of picking up, so I wonder if we'll be able to keep these torches lit. Hey, Sarah Starling! Serafina, thank you for the resub. Oops, not what I meant to do. Okay. Resetting all of the torches so they don't burn out. 3 years strong. Yeah, thank you. Happy sub-anniversary. Oh, it sounds pretty windy out there. Maybe I will lose the torches. Did I count this out right? 4, yeah. And because I have a bucket, we don't really need to follow the pond anymore. Because with a bucket, we could just put water wherever we want. Whereas I didn't have a bucket initially, because you need a saw to get your first bucket. Dog treats, huh? Sure thing. Your pup. I do has bucket. Yep. And I'll certainly need to excavate even more dirt to finish this build. As I'm just about out. Oops. How's the rest of the pack? The rattling is under the weather, so life has been a little hard the last week, if I'm being honest. He is not sleeping well, but he's on the mend. Nothing serious, just rhinovirus. Have I seen the new block, the packed dirt? Yes, I have. Don't mean to sass you, but I'm literally building with it, so... yes. Yes, I have seen it. Yeah. And then there's also wattle and daub. There's a bunch of new building materials. Now, packed dirt is just cheap, easy, and I'm in a... There's urgency here. So I'm using the cheap, easy, packed dirt method of building. Yeah, there's rammed earth, there's the wattle and daub, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not going to be covering all that right now. I really only cover the stuff that's immediately relevant to what I'm working on. Because this game is complex enough without, you know, referencing things you're not doing to make it harder to follow along. Alright, I am going to need a new shovel, though. Just broke that. Also, we happen to have a door for this already. I made it well in advance. I'm going to be replacing the soil under here so it doesn't grow. But make a new shovel. Make 2 new shovels. I'm sure I'll probably need both. So for this first grow, I'm probably not going to worry too much about cold hardiness. But I will eventually need to start planting only crops that that fare well in the winter, like rye. But that's not an immediate concern, I don't think. Radling's got to start his own channel? Well, that wouldn't be legal until he's 13. So, 11 more years. And even then, there is growing concern, and concern that I happen to agree with, that children on social media, not a good combination for mental health. That's going to be hard to negotiate. But very likely, the longer I can keep them off of the social media interwebs, the better. I mean, it's weird being a quote-unquote social media influencer like I am, being, you know, a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer. But, like, I don't have a social media account. Like, I don't have Facebook or Instagram or really any of that stuff. There's only so many times a day that I need to hear about people gloating about their last vacation they took, or their new job, or baby photos, or something, or complaining about X, Y, or Z. It's like, nope, sorry, I don't have room in my life for that. If you do, power to you, but I'm going to spend my time differently. I am looking forward, if he's interested in gaming with him. Like, I really hope he's interested in, let's just flat out say it, the right games. Because there sure as hell is the wrong games. And, there's some games that I'm going to be like, nope, not playing that. Sorry, dude. Alright, pack dirt. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the rest is going to be the glacier ice. And then the last thing we'll need to do is to import soil for the actual farm part, hoe it all out, or I should say till it all out, that would be more appropriate, and then start planting. And I don't think I have the seeds for the whole thing, so we're going to need to go fetch seeds too. But that's, you know, easy to do. Okay, let's see. I am surprisingly not getting attacked by horrors. So let's keep getting dirt. I'm going to have you guys decide on the next project I undertake. How's that sound? 5 minutes on this poll here. What to do after this next greenhouse is done? I can hunt for leather, meat, and fat and start leatherworking. Prospect for copper and tin, for bronze and better tools. Build a small farm dedicated to trying to ripen berries. Improve the temporary base with quality of life and aesthetic improvements. Or scout out a location for the main base. And I'll explain that one in just a sec. So, in terms of... normally when you start in May, you have many seasons to grow flax in order to get linen for windmill sales. But because I start in November, I will not have the luxury of being able to grow a whole lot of flax. I could potentially kill drifters for it, but that's an uphill battle. So what I mean by scout out a location for the permanent base, in order to have a lot of mechanical power behind a Helvhammer, we're going to want a high elevation base location. Because a low elevation base location won't generate enough wind power, typically, I don't think. So the farms are going to be here, because it's warmer at lower elevations, but my actual base is probably going to be at a peak of a mountain, or something similar to a peak of a mountain, because peaks of mountains are windier. So the farming and the rest of the base will be in two separate locations for game mechanic reasons. Trucking Life, thank you for the resub. Welcome, bud. Alright, just laying out the old farm here. So, these are the spots we put water in. And I think I'm going to get this whole farm planted before I work on the next task. Right? Like, I built a farm, but it doesn't make sense not to have it sown sitting here doing nothing. So, you know, actually, before I start cutting the grass, I should get a new hoe. Oops. And I have about almost 100 leftover ice. So here's all my seeds. I am collecting flowers for some reason. Don't ask. I don't know. And we'll make... I know I have one hoe over here, but it's like nearly broken. It's only a flint hoe. Doesn't really matter. So I'm going to make 2 new hoes. Cool. Ooh, I'm also hungry. I did pick up some grain while I was out. So let's make some porridge. Cranberry porridge. So the advantage of cranberries, they keep twice as long as other berries, but they're far less nutritious than other berries. They're like half the nutrition, twice the ripeness. Or half the, or whatever you want to call it. You obviously follow along, so. I don't love relying on cranberries for that reason, but, you know, when you're hungry and starving, you get what you get. So let's make sure that this is, like, properly enclosed and all by planting our first seed. It should register as a greenhouse sooner or later, I'd assume. I'll check back. I don't think there's any like errors or gaps or anything. And the roof is at least 50%. It's actually like 51%. Provided I didn't make any mistakes. And it looks like you guys want me to start the hunting leather making process after this. Copy that. Still hasn't registered as a greenhouse. I don't think I have any gaps or holes. I don't think I made any mistakes. I think I just need to be patient. Oh, and then some of these need water. I need to grab my bucket. I've been quite lucky that I haven't had any portals nearby sending monsters at me during the night, so I'm able to work throughout the night. That won't stay true, and at some point I'm going to need to have a somewhat more secured perimeter around this base so that I have access to the farms and freedom of movement, even if there's monsters right outside of my main cabin. That'll come in time, though. Bye, knife. All right, let's get that bucket. I also think the porridge is done. I missed with a bucket. Good job, me. Alright, is the greenhouse yet? Still no? Alright, that has me concerned that I made some mistake somewhere. Is it? Nah. Well, I don't know. I'll just wait it up. Maybe it's fine. Let's get rid of this pole. Do you guys see any issues with this building? It is... Oh, yeah, we're getting drifters, I think. God, it's hard to see out there. I don't think it's any functionally different than the other side. It's probably just a matter of, like, the code needs to update for the temperature bonus. So if you're wondering, because I never really fully explained it, the reason why I have the water holes, if crops are immediately adjacent to water, they will be automatically 75% watered, irrigated, essentially. 2 spots away is 50%, 3 spots away is 25%, and the more moisture it has, the faster it grows. So if you cannot be bothered to constantly water your farm, it is definitely in your best interest to build in this configuration where every crop spot is at least within 1 unit of a water hole. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 14th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming stream. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.